Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. This guy right here is Evil Mike, or Mike if you have a problem saying all that. Um, Name's just a name, right? Um, the review I got for you is Bad Ideas Monster Kill Squad number 4. This is one of the final 5, the last final books that Bad Idea is dropping before we find out what happens to Bad Idea. Are they going to disappear forever and never release another comic, or are they just going to rebrand and keep coming out with comics? Me personally, I hope they rebrand, make it a little easier for people to get their comics, because a lot of people had a major issue getting Bad Idea. Me, unfortunately, I did not. I have a very nationalized comic book shop, so we get a lot of indies that a lot of other places don't. So I'm not putting that in your face. It's just I had good luck with Bad Ideas since the beginning. Um, so let's get into it. Monster Kill Squad was an amazing read. Nice back and front cover, cardstock print, etched. And they do a very nice job with their books. I will say that. Um, Basically, we have the Monster Kill Squad. Um, they show us this like a videotaping of this, like these officers being called into a situation with a crazed clown at a circus, I think. When they get there, they assume it's just a regular clown. The officers do, and instantly they find out that this is not just a regular clown. It is like a monster in clown clothing. Um, and the clown and clowns, because it quickly turns from one clown to many clowns, but they end up killing all the officers that make it into that. I think it's a circus. On the outside, the police have barricaded everything, and sure enough, the MKS show up, the Monster Kill Squad, and they quickly take over authorization. We find out that they are a government-run crew, and they kind of, they quickly tell the cop who they are and what they are, and what they're all about, kind of thing. And it's a brief introduction for the reader as well. Um, but we find out that they have a little bit of everything in their group. Of course, the scarred female is the leader, and then everybody else kind of follows in suit. We got this guy with his mechanical arm that switches into different things. Like right here, he's trying to use a flamethrower attachment, and the boss wants him to use a harpoon because they want to capture one of the clowns. We also find out that there's like an exorcist, a demonic like a priest or something like that. There's also like a tech wizard, half robot kind of guy. But they do have a little selection of their monster kill squad. So they basically go inside of the circus, and they do what they do. They go in there, and it's funny because the clowns are all like, yeah, we've dealt with, like, the police and blah blah blah. They do explain to the police officers that they're not just clowns and they're not just monsters. That supposedly this is like a notorious monster, kind of like Bigfoot or something like that. And these clowns are a certain type of monster. They do mention the scientific name that they call them. But basically it's like a clown that has like hormones that are released from it, whatever the monster is, and it just looks like a clown. It's not really a clown. They're probably like a big spider or something. But the hormones that the monster is releasing, gives you it's supposed to generate the most scary thing you can think of, and for most people, for some reason, that's a clown. They also have another power where they have like these pheromones that if they start talking to you and you start listening, most feeble-minded people will be entranced and hypnotized instantly by these clowns. They do mention that the Monsters Kill Squad is very adept, and this is kind of like a basic monster for them. So they do go in equipped with like sensory protection equipment. They do mention that it only protects, to a degree, but they are all equipped with it when they go inside. Um, they do send in one of the it's the big guy that's supposed to be like half tech or something like that, and he kind of plays possum. He goes in there and he almost lets this clown to the point where he kills him and stuff, and it's just a ruse for because it's just one clown when they go in and all the other clowns are hiding. So as soon as he just literally gets it where he playing possum and the clown's about to kill him, and then all the other clowns are like, wait, we want some too, and they start to come out, and then bam, in comes the Monster Kill Squad, and they just start going to town. They do manage to capture one of the clowns, and they kill the rest. They also they kind of mentioned briefly that normally these monster clowns do not work together. They are kind of single hunter killer type monsters. So they kind of mentioned that it is abnormal that they are working together, and there has to be a reason that they are working together. Eventually, while they are fighting all these clowns, one of the Monster Kill Squad guys ends up getting eaten by this super massive big clown. And I'm trying to specifically look for the spot where he gets eaten, because it was actually kind of cool. But it is right here. They show him up here, and all of a sudden the big clown appears behind him, and Holton just eats him up. The reason I wanted to point this out is because a couple pages later, the big clown starts complaining about that he ate something bad, that something is messing with his indigestion, and bloop, he blows up from the inside out because the guy, basically detonated something. While he was in there, he did happen to find something that was also messing with the clown's digestion, and it's a part of the clue on why the clowns were working together. So with their one clown that they capture, they do take him back to this Monster Kill Squad headquarters that the government has built these nice individuals. We get back to their headquarters, and basically they are interrogating the clown, trying to get information on why they were working together. One by one, each crew, goes through and tries to get the clown to talk, and none of them are really able to do so. The clown is like, I'm no stooge, I'm not gonna rat, and yada yada yada. In the background, they mentioned that they are gonna send in the most valuable Monster Kill Squad member, and we meet this guy right here, and he is just the pencil pusher of the group. Or he's supposed to look like that, because he goes in there and basically they're kind of in between interviewing you and trying to get information out of you. So I'm just I'm gonna take care of all the paperwork while they're taking a break. So let's get your name. Oh, you don't want a name, so we're just gonna call you Basic Clown. And the clown, and basically through talking to him, he gets the information he needs. It's kind of funny because the clown symbolizes with the guy, because he's supposed to be the lowest member of the Monster Kill Squad, and the clown was one of the lower members of the clown group, and so they kind of connect in that fashion. But the clown does give him a lot of the information that they need, and come to find out that shard that they found that the big clown had in his stomach was a shard of Pandora's box. And for some reason, all these monsters are trying to rebuild Pandora's box. Supposedly, in this storyline, Pandora's box was blown up by the Monster Kill Squad at maybe a couple years before this, or a decade before, sometime before this. But they had blew up Pandora's box because at one point, monsters were just pouring out of it. Their world was a lot like ours, where no monsters existed, and for some reason one day Pandora's box just showed up and started releasing monsters. At that time, the Monster Kill Squad was activated. They showed up, blew up the box, and they thought that was the end of the monsters, but it wasn't, because guess what? The Monster Kill Squad is still around, but So we do find out that the monsters, for some reason and some level, are trying to recreate the Pandora's box. Um, they show us that they have this little like place inside, and it's basically the imprisonment. Especially where they take the clown now that he is a prisoner of the Monster Kill Squad. But they show you that the boss is talking to one of the inmates that they have locked up, and it happens to be Medusa or just a Gorgon, maybe if they don't use Medusa's name. But I'm going to go with Medusa because Medusa is actually one of my favorite characters in Greek mythology. But they do show you that they have like a huge wheelhouse of prisoner monsters that they have locked up. Medusa is pretty much the one that tells them about the whole Pandora's box, the shard, and everything. But she also tells them that it's not just going to be these clowns that are trying to go after these shards in the Pandora's box. That these are kind of like the lowest levels of monsters that are going to be going after them. That there's going to be like vampires and werewolves and dragons and all kind of different monsters that you can think of that are going to be trying to build this box, and that's kind of it. And that is the end of the first issue. There is also a side story in every Bad Idea book, as far as I know, and this one does come with a side story, and we meet this Russian spy that is working in our I think at NASA or something like that, and she is infiltrated like back in the 40s or something like that, during right after, I think it said 45, right after World War II. She is infiltrated, and she is being tasked by Russia to bring back like some form of our technology. She does do her task. She downloads like most of our technology and brings it back to Russia, but somewhere in between she stops and doesn't do that. She ends up taking that technology and makes an android out of it, and the rest of the book is kind of like she Splinter Cells off, where she deviates from both governments and kind of makes her own house and a farm and lives in the middle of nowhere for the rest of her life. We do see that she does build up the robot to being a doll, and then eventually like a life-size robot, and basically the old lady eventually dies, and of course the robot, being a robot, continues to live. After the woman died, the old lady kind of told the robot that she wanted her to go out and see the world, since she had been stuck at that house in the middle of nowhere with that lady her whole life. So the robot does exactly that, and she does all kind of stuff. It says that she changes her appearance, she falls in love, she betrays people, and they do this cool little spread right here where it's like they show one look, they show another look, and it's just like different moments in time. And it kind of states that that she goes through like a mass amount of time, as this robot, before she finally settles on her final look. And the title of the side story is Deep Fake, and it kind of looks like they might use this character again because it says the origin of Deep Fake. So I'm gonna have to assume that she might pop up in like another group or something like that. But all their side stories have been really good. It was a very interesting read, especially the part where she starts exploring and changing her look and doing different things, because at one time she says she's a hero, and then she tries the villain thing, and it was kind of neat. But yep, that's my review on Monster Kill Squad #1. I can't say enough. The art was stellar. The story so far is amazing. Of course, the production value of the book. Ugh, Bad Idea, man. Alright guys, that's my review. I will be back with some more reviews coming up. Alright guys, bye.